your opponent is doing, and the ball's kind of in your court. But wait a moment, what does that mean, Trace?
I think it means it's time to start the last map of the grand final. That's right. If you're sitting at home, I'd say get out of your chair, but you can clap as you sit down. That's completely okay, too. I'm sure you've gotten this open on multiple browsers. You got a scorebox going on one, you got the game going on the other, and for us, it's all centered. It's all focal right here on this last map of the series between Gen.G and Furia in a grand final nonetheless. We're going to be kicking it off here with a pistol round. Furia starting on the T side after losing the knife.
Yeah, gonna head up over here towards Banana early on. Utility getting thrown in to allow Yuri to push on up. That will bait an early smoke out from Som over at the top of B. And that smoke is very, very early in getting dropped. Now, he only does it because of those flashes going into top Banana. He imagined that Furia were deeper than they actually were. And that was the only bit of utility that Gen.G had. So they're really going to feel the lack of that smoke when this play looks to come in. Furia, they baited it out. And now they run in towards this B bomb site. They get it under their hand instantly. Now, Vinny does have this bomb. He's very aggressive in CT. This smoke that goes deep within CT, something that we see Furia do quite a lot, and it really does hamstring these retakes. I love this smoke. It's so much better for when you're defending this site in a post plant than throwing the standard one for the CT cross, because suddenly you can't even get into ruins, and that's, you know, the kind of upside to having that smoke down as a CT versus this smoke that Furia play.
You really can't even find that fight there with that smoke down, except for now that the time has elapsed, the smoke is gone. It's Kusta and company trying to get back in the site. Tim Ta is not going to be able to do it. And now to 1-on-2. Kusta, he's not going to do it either. Furia pick up a pistol. Now, I think some people may just forget where Kusta came from. So let's just give a brief synopsis of Kenneth Suin's entire life. Born June 3rd, 1990. I'm kidding. We're not going to do all that. But we can say something along the lines of this is a guy that used to play for CLG. He's even donned the Liquid banner once upon a time, found himself on Ghost Gaming, even a little bit of time in Cloud9. But overall, this is a player that's been around for some time as well.
Yeah, very experienced one, right, in North America, and I think a very useful one inside of this team. There's so much firepower, and I think Kusa's a really good player to slot around that, right? He's not, you know, going to be the star of your roster, but he certainly can frag and, you know, do the supportive elements as well. That round was a round of bad timing for Gen.G, right? Trying to put that boost up in CT as Furia rushed, and Daps has to fall off, and they get caught out in spawn. Not the pistol Gen.G wanted, and, well, that's not what Automatic wanted either, but Art's going to deliver it anyway. Fast play up long. He gets himself into the spawn. Som hears this, but this shotgun is perfect for the range. But as shotguns sometimes are, inconsistency. 80 damage down to 12 on Art. Okay, so Art's going to start to push up lane, and he's killed 2. So A's open, and Kusta is too far away to have any impact into this round.
Yeah, the best he can do is save this Mag 7. And that's never ideal, but that's all he's going to get out of the round with. It's a flawless round for Furia in spite of pretty much everyone being low on HP. This Force Spy not able to find success over in the Gen.G camp. And so Furia getting these conversions on the board, looking to go 3-0 up before all is said and done. And this first rifle round gets bought through by Gen.G.
There's the lead locked in from Furia, 2-0, and even with the damage done, they keep 5 alive, and that's got to feel pretty good. They're looking to build up this money nice and early. Furia, I think they're a very good team on this map. Even, you know, we talk about a T-side aggression. I think their CT-side aggression is something that is unprecedented as well. They love pushing mid on the pistol rounds, flanking banana plays. They love even getting aggressive with rifle rounds, right? Like having an AWP, holding the mid-cross, putting Art on the bench so he can fight ult, stuff like that. You know, things that Gen.G won't expect. So we'll see if that happens, obviously, in the second half. Right now, we know Furia are going to be pushing. That's what they should be doing on this T-side. So up banana they go into the 4-man stack, but it is only pistols.
Oh, Henny.
What?
Impressively done, actually, to not find a kill there. And should get traded by Art. He's actually called for reinforcements, but luckily enough, Yuri is not in. a sparing mood. He does shut down the players at Banana. There is still Daps back in the bomb site. Furia being very, very careful, leaving absolutely no stone unturned as they look to continue this conquest at Banana. And Daps is hearing all of this gunfire coming his way. Kusta might begin a rotation round sometime soon. But yeah, Daps, what can he do? A USP, that's all he's got. The best he can really do here for Gen.G is try and be a nuisance, just try and buy time. And that Molotov forces him out into the open. Great demonstration of good utility usage here from Furia. They use all these Molotovs so well. They clear out Banana with them. They clear him out from New Box. And they finish off Kusta to boot. So 3 on the board now for Furia.
Quick succession, too. Now we're going to see the AWP come out in the hands of Automatic. Where will he elect to go with it? Got a couple options here on CT side of Inferno, that is.
Furia no AWP in sight, but that's to be expected, especially early game, right? They love testing the limits and getting away with some of these faster rounds. Good grenades at the top of B find significant damage to Kusta, but no kill. And a rotate comes off the back of Daps. He will go all the way round. A nice counter grenade coming down Banana and landing in the feet of Art. Som is trapped, and they're going to push that smoke. His smoke doesn't hit them. He doesn't hear it, and he tries to escape. As that molly lands, it won't be good for him. Vinny finds a kill. Furia, if they commit into B, if they rush the site right now with these smokes and flashes, they can just win the round instantly because there's only one man here, at least inside. That's Kusta. Molotov will buy him time, though. Now Furia know there's someone at least pushed into the site. They're going to try and molly this position, send him back towards New Box. Barely any utility left for Furia. They need the kills, and K-Serato's got one. Daps might even run for the save right here. Look at the mini-map. Look at the rest of Gen.G. They're still sitting on Porch, and there's no way they're winning this round. So Furia, a 4th on the board, and a runaway for Daps. He's got to hold on to his gun.
Yeah, Gen.G gets smoked multiple times in this round. I'm not just talking about the players in the server. I'm talking about that B side. Re-smoke from Furia. They're able to just walk right on in after using their utility.
Yeah, this utility usage from Furia is getting me worried for Gen.G, man. Like, these Molotovs especially, time and time again, using them to such good effect, right? They force that commitment from Som behind the sandbags. They isolate a kill there. They immediately commit to B. And one of the things that was so cool is once they knew where Kusta was at Oranges, they had 2 Molotovs left. They throw a Molotov at Oranges. They know that's going to force Kusta to reposition. And well, where's the most likely spot for him to go next? Oh, it's over behind quad. So they also throw a Molotov over to land there. And as a result, Kusta, he's trying to run to safety. He's got to run through 2 Molotovs. He gets caught out in the open, and the whole round falls apart on the back of it. This is a really, really dominant-looking start from Furia. And if they can keep this appearance up, then my goodness, you do not envy Gen.G in this position whatsoever.
You can keep your appearance up to date, too. Going where, Harry?
That'd be shop.esl gaming.
Yes, .com at the end, too, if you just really wanted to finish that one out. That is where you can go to pick up some cool threads. I think we're featuring some of those on our desk right now, actually. So, in the meantime, Furia, they've got their bling on and certainly look to keep it that way with 4 on the board now with the weapon still in the hands of Gen.G. Automatic saves the off from the last round, but currently in agent school.
Triple B for Gen.G, throwing all these grenades once again. Furia are actually going to try and beat it. Art has gone through these smokes. There's a dangerous play, boosting up K-Serata, but he just gets his head removed. They now know Art's here as well. Close corner grenades, puts Art low, and an AWP can finish the job, but that's actually back on A, so can't wallbang him. Talking of which, they are going to be able to flash this position, automatic on the corner. Kusta again wins a fight down Banana. He takes significant damage, but a 5-on-3 has put Furia double down into this A site. The missed jump on the porch. Bentet knows they're close as well. And Furia, desperate times here. They've got no more grenades, but a single smoke on Vinny.
Would have been cool. I do love the idea. Bentet now has all the information that he needs. And now it's just going to be the dismantling of what's left of this Furia hit on the A site. Daps from the cubby. Both Furia and Art are very, very low. 50 seconds on the clock. Pop Flash going to come in for Daps. He's not going to peek off the back of it because Automatic is ready for the trade regardless.
That's
and
a
doing
really
that,
nice...
Yuri knows that he can kind of seek out, find that last kill in the Daps, but ultimately it's Gen.G that finds the whole round. 1 for Gen.G.
Decisions like that is why I love Daps as in-game leader, right? Like he's just so patient. He's not gonna give that kill away. He just waits for Automatic to come. Even the pop flash that he could have peaked with, he didn't, and he's just wasting Furia's round time down to the point where Yuri has to save. So yeah, Automatic having his teammate covered. Daps swings, he dies, but it's not really a worry for Gen.G. They've got a first round on the board with 4 alive. Orp even kept on as well, and Automatic has been quite the player with that as well. So there it is.
I always think it's so sick whenever you get players like Daps, right? Like where you know, you kind of know that they're not like on the same mechanical skill as a lot of the other aimers in the game, but it's the decision making that really makes him stand out. You know, like you've had to use your brain power as opposed to your like muscle memory to rise to the top, and that's pretty cool. You know, like you're not just hinging on having the fastest reactions in the world. It's all about your read on the game. And that one there, yeah, you're bang on. Daps plays that perfectly. He's just being a nuisance. You know, Furia physically can't win unless they deal with him in that little position. And in trying to do so, they get snuffed out of the round. So once again, aggression down Banana here for Gen.G, being a lot more proactive on this side of the map, right? No longer relinquishing this Banana control to Furia. And that's something I really think that you can't afford to do, especially not early on. Kusta tries to go aggressive and will come out on the worst side of it. K-Serato barreling through that smoke, lays him to rest. In the meantime, the rest of Furia get out over in the top of mid, looking like they want to try and split this B-bomb site. Vinny shutting down another. Now, as all these smokes are going in, someone will have to go back and get that bomb.
Dear.
But Automatic is getting pinched. They're on either side, and he's still alive, still fighting. Automatic putting up a real hold at this B-bomb site, and tucked in the corner is Yuri.
No.
Swinging on wide, deals with Automatic, and now Buntet and Daps in a 2-on-4 might just have to save, and that's if Yuri lets them. Relentless in his pursuit in through CT, securing a double. Daps has been spotted and will get dealt with as well. 5 on the board for Furia.
I love that. Automatic, he even goes back to check. He even looks for a second player, but the guy he killed was actually Vinny, not the first man he saw. And Vinny was the person to find a kill earlier in the round. So as far as Automatic is aware, he's killed the guy who was chasing him. But no, there were 2 chasing him. And a second man hit him around the corner. Good patience from Yuri. He has been pivotal for Furia in the road to Rio. Yesterday and today especially. Putting them 5-1 up right now in the 3rd map of this grand final. Gen.G are bought up, but only off of what little they have in terms of loss bonus. It's going to be an AWP. It's going to be a couple of them, in fact, and not much utility. This is it. You know, you've got the firepower, you've got the weaponry here, and that's what you're relying on if you're Gen.G. You don't have those Molotovs, though, to stall out Furia. And with some of these B hits, I think that's the biggest problem. If Furia set this precedent of just going, yeah, every time you give us top banana, and every time we look into it, we're just going to exec B and win the round, because your defensive players can't win their fights and can't get multi-kills, and then you can't retake with a 2-man disadvantage. So that's all that Furia have really been doing, and it's working out, right? This time not even needing to wrap Archway. They're just going to go for a 4-man banana assault. The AWP is here in the hands of Som, and Kusta's got a Molotov, so this is decent for Gen.G. How much fight can they put up?
Oh, well, we do get to see one of these AWPs chiming in, Som making its presence known, but the rest of Furia are in these smokes, trying to get into the site. This will leave Kusta going unchecked, and now he makes his position known with the UMP, goes on a bit of a killing spree. Rotations coming in for Gen.G, and that bomb won't get planted anytime soon. 30 seconds left on the clock. At some point, it's got to, but with no smoke for CT, this is a really rough position to be in, especially with K-Serato, the man in the bomb site with 12 points of health. Henny is looking for any way to help his teammate out of danger here. And it's just a standoff at the B bomb site. Who breaks first? The answer gonna be Henny.
Oh dear.
K-Serato is at real risk of going down after time here. Now the money's still fine for Furia. It's not the end of the world. And he will get away, just about able to hold on to that AK. A second on the board for Gen.G, though. The B site holds its own. That double setup, right? The AWP removing one, drawing the attention away. Kusta hiding in this smoke. Securing these 2 kills turns the whole round on its head. And so finally, they answer the call at B.
And of the top-rated players here via HLTV.org, the top-rated players for this North American side, 5 Brazilians right in a row. K Serrato, Gen.G, Yuri, Fallen, and then Henny. So of those 5, 3 featured in the server. K Serrato showed us time and time again what he's capable of. This is a man that a lot of players within the community itself have even come out and said, hey, this guy, one of the most versatile.
Yeah, undoubtedly. And we mentioned this the other day, but it's still standing tall, so I'll say it again. Out of the top 8, 1 of them is American. So that's kind of funny, right? The imports, the South Americans ruling North American region, and of course, Calix and me, who were there as well from Europe. Now, Gen.G win that important round where they were on the back foot in terms of economy. They're going to start to push. Kusta loves getting aggressive in Banana, and he often gets a kill from it. Art's going to die in this instance, and they can just fall off now, go for a rotation. Som holding B on his own, and he has utility as well, so Kusta can afford to fully rotate. Som has smoked deep B, and he can jump up on top of the half wall if he wants. Waiting for maybe a flashbang. It is common to see teams flash through this Banana smoke. Furia actually looking to do exactly that. K Serrato lining up the flash, and there it goes. Som with a shot, he can fall back. Only with a flashbang here, that's not the best stall utility. So he's going to go back inside of the site and call for a rotation. Daps is coming, but again, no smoke for him. So Furia, if they want this B site, they can just execute.
Looks like they're going to wait it out a little bit, go with a second wave. Here comes a smoke to isolate Som, try to keep him out of the fight as long as possible. Real quick on this AWP currently, and that's going to prove to be a threat for the side of Furia. 3 deep, trying to take the B site. Daps gets just straight up owned at the tree. There's no way around that one. Henny's going to get one for himself. Now we got a 3v3 inside of the B site. And the rotation's going to come in through CT spawn for Gen.G.
Well, this is it. Kit's available as well. Gen.G have to move fast. The Molotov is down. It's actually missed. Henny's not going to get mollied. It's actually towards the back of the site, so he can stand tall on the orange position, dropping Som. That might even just call the bail for Gen.G. They might just want to leave with whatever they've got right now, because Furia still have 3 up. Henny looking for another fight, gets dropped, but the time it's ticked away. There's no kills presenting themselves, and now Furia just going to hunt down Gen.G as they try and escape, try and fail. Bentet, though, nice kills in the back line, but it's going to be meaningless. He dies as well. Furia find a 6th round, more B executed. That was a 3-on-5. Right there is the problem inside of B, right? Furia, Gen.G, they don't have any grenades to stop them. They don't have a molly, they don't have a smoke. And Furia, all they do is smoke off the exits, Molotov the back positions, take the site, trade effectively, I say. They don't even trade, they just get the entries. And Gen.G can't retake because Furia are tucked in tight. Really good round from them.
And Gen.G are in a very rough spot now, right? Like, you think about how this lack of utility has been a real reoccurring problem. Well, it's not going to get better anytime soon for the Gen.G side, right? As long as they keep getting these little one-and-done rounds here and there as well, it's a problem that doesn't really look to fix itself here for Gen.G until they start chaining some rounds together. In this round here, it's a very dismal buy. A couple of MP9s, some rifles, and a little sprinkling of utility on top for some extra flavor. But is it going to be enough to put a stop to the Spice Kings in the side of Furia? They are really bringing the heat right now. And that's the thing, right? Like, they keep on exploiting B, and this is where, like, Gen.G could risk overcompensating for that at some point. Like, it's not like they've been doing it out of spawn, right? It has been these kind of slow approaches ending in a B site play. They really whittle this utility down across the entire map. And for Gen.G, sadly, the solution isn't as simple as just playing an extra man over towards that B bomb site, because the moment you do, Furia will be aware of that fact, it feels like, with how much probing they've been doing at these other bomb sites.
Ooh.
That's a nice little opener for Automatic to find. Does deal with Vinny over in alt mid, and at that point, he now gets the information that mid is clear, and maybe that leads to an extra rotation. You already see Buntet kind of leaning that way, right? He's moved over towards long, he's taken up this position. Automatic's going to keep on aggressing. And at this point, it's kind of his prerogative if he wants to go any further. I imagine he will with this utility going into the B bomb site. And now the rotation should be looking to come through.
Wow.
Kusta with a great hold there. The MP9 doing the damage. The M4 to pepper them and finish the round off. Henny all alone. He's spotted. He's caught out in the open. He thought he was crawling into pool, but that is not the case. He gets stuck on the wall. 3 on the board for Gen.G as they finally put another one up on this CT side.
And that's a great way of getting a round done on B without that utility, without those Molotovs and smokes, right? Som and Kusta, they pop flash through the smoke. Kusta gets a lot of damage off, but mostly it's a distraction. Furia are looking right at him, and while they are, Som gets 2 of the kills. Kusta's traded, and Som closes the round on his own. So really good work from the 2 inside of B. Another mid push from Daps. He is hungry for kills. He's beaten Furia to the punch, but they have seen him here. Oh dear, flashbangs from his team as well, coming in from the top of B. Daps is running into spawn. Maybe not the play, as 3 players from Furia still sit on the ramp. Luckily, they're only on eco, and Automatic will make quick work of a couple. Not the third, though. Yuri with a chance in this round. There's an M4 in front of him if he wants it. But right now, he doesn't want to walk into mid and get offered up, so he's going to go elsewhere. And yeah, Buntet overplays his hand here at ult. There could be a kill for Yuri, or at bare minimum, he could sneak past him. Buntet has pushed very deep, and Yuri going ult here might cause Gen.G to be a little worried. I think Buntet's finally realized what's going on. And Yuri, little does he know, he does not need to be patient here. Oh dear. Oh no.
This could get weird.
Yeah.
And it likely will.
Yeah, not ready for Buntet there. Why would you be? Gen.G, 4 on the board as they deal with that investment from Furia. Only the pistols, obviously. They get that one swept under the rug. And there is a bit of an investment in this round from the Furia side. It might just be another one of these hero buys. It's Henny this time to try and don it. And, you know, while the AWP was enough for Art back on Vertigo, a hero AKing around with just pistols, you're expecting Henny to deliver a hell of a lot here. Ooh. And he will deliver a hell of a lot to open the round up. I've learned a lesson from Hugo in questioning these force buys from Furia, and maybe it's something that shouldn't get done. Let's see if Henny can surprise us. And amongst all of this, Kusta has aggressed down through Banana, and just like that, this round has been torn out of Furia's hands. Daps trying to help out from the short side, but it's Buntet to finish the job. Deals with K-Serato. 5-6 now, and an investment about to come through from Furia. It will be lacking a little, though, as a result of that hero AK buy in the last.
Kusta's push there through Banana just really does solidify it. He gets that intel. He just sees on the radar it's very populated. There's a lot of red dots towards the top and middle. Perhaps, just maybe, I'll push Banana, and that was the death-dealing blow, if you will, the final blow. But Furia call a timeout on the back of that. They've got just one left. Of course, we do know that coaches can talk. Everybody can really talk. We're playing online, of course.
Well, Henny's had to take a bit of a beating as he's on a deagle here. That was, of course, him buying the AK in the previous round. And you know, this is the drawback of doing that. Obviously, if you win those rounds, you don't have to worry about the downsides. But here they are, playing as day. Luckily, Furia have no fear, regardless of the weaponry in their hands. And they're going to move up middle. Art taking Banana as well. That's a deep grenade. Art's going to get flashed through this smoke. Kusta's in the car. Oh dear, it's a messy one. Kusta has a jump, and he's getting fired back at by K-Serato. He won't escape. Probably would have been safer just to run away, but it's now going to be a trade for Furia. And Yuri hits a timing. He's found himself up Archway. Daps is waiting. He's got a spray. Does get away into the library as well. Actually, stays in the smoke. He's expecting a bit of a push through, and he's read this one right. But he's coming, and Daps has stopped him. Molly hits him in the face, though, and the bullets will follow. Daps does everything he needs to do, though, to set his team up for this round. K-Serato getting the bomb out of spawn, and Furia heading towards A.
This leaves Gen.G in a little bit of a peculiar situation. They have to spread out kind of thin across the map, and then for Furia, it's going to be a group-up scenario. Bentet flashes off towards Arch so they can take a peek in the form of Som. Little does Bentet know, they're rounding out the site right now. They're already passing the hay cart, and it's just Queserado in a 1v3.
Yeah, a lot on his plate here for Queserado. Will get wrapped in through long. Bentet just being a nuisance down in the pit. Gen.G, great round from them there. And Daps taking a page out of the Furia strat book, hanging around that smoke, waiting for the aggression on through. And that's the thing, you know, like if you kind of figure and you kind of know that Furia are maybe going to give you that kill, makes a lot of sense. And Daps just reaps the reward of these smoke pushes from Furia to get this game all tied up. There's another hero AK out in this round, this time on the back of Art. He was able to deliver an ace to take Vertigo in favor of Furia. Is he going to be able to do the same here with an AK?
That was obscene, wasn't it? That, you know, just the idea that he could do that in a full eco round. Still reeling from it a map later. Automatic waiting, and Fury about to pop. That's a good flash. It catches him and pushes him back. They do have the middle area, but there's a little more to take, and into the AWP they go. Daps is a second line of defense. He's got a spray, but it will only get 1.5. Luckily, Bentet's there to peek port side, and he gets 3. So it's a quick anti-eco here for Gen.G. Vinny actually has forgot himself an AWP from that frag, down to 2. Going back for the bomb, but Gen.G are everywhere else. He's actually going to throw it out the map. Fantastic work from Vinny. Denying the money for Gen.G, and they're not rich, so that's actually going to have resounding implications or consequences. Some can buy an AWP, but he's the only player able to. Vinny's dead in the water. But yeah, obviously now more money after they win the round, so it's not going to be a problem for Gen.G, but that is still 5K that could have consequences if Furia win this round.
Especially for the string of rounds that Gen.G have on their backs now. They've been walking with this half for just a little while now. I'm gonna take a look at the round timeline. It's gonna be 5 in a row after Furia win the first 4. And the third and final map here on a grand final at that.
The old ult flash, but automatic will see nothing.
Oh, it's a big old mid play from Furia, really picking up the pace here in round 14. Oh, missed shot from Automatic, goes back in and hits it the second time around. Now, there is a man who's been able to slip by, and these players inside of the site are going to have to be prepared to deal with that. Vinny trying to get up, trying to get vision into the pit, but Daps sends him packing. Kusta wrapping in through short side, and now it's only Queserado left. He will deal with the first man, but the trade is instantaneous from Bentet. And Gen.G 8-6, taking a 6th round in a row here, really coming alive in the second, well, I was gonna say the second half of this first half, but that would be like the second quarter of play, maybe. I don't even know.
Furia have moved away from these B plays, and I think that's one of the biggest problems, right? Like, once Gen.G won that round with Kusta and Som flashing and fighting with the SMGs, Furia have actually not really been keen in that B bomb site. They've had it a couple of times, but I think that could be the solution going back to it at the end of the half to find a 7th here. They're trading out guns. They're trying to give Art a pistol, as Queserado was left with nothing. But in that time, it's given Gen.G the room to throw utility back down Banana. It doesn't matter. Furia aren't scared. They are going to flash right through. There's an early rotate out in the form of Daps. He's going to hang around now as A has been silent with that mid-smoke. Oh dear, double rotate would be a risk. So Som is not doing it. He's actually throwing a smoke, but they burst in with a pop flash contact play for Furia again. These have been so good for them, but Som sprays down through the smoke.
Yeah, they're going to boost Daps up. He's going to have a shot here to have on Henny. Can't seem to land it necessarily. And it's Som who goes down eventually, one of the mainstays of what this B defense was. Now that the bomb's planted, Furia find themselves in a position where they actually have control.
Yeah, a lot of utility here on Bentet, though, and that's going to be key for Gen.G. And a lot of these retakes at B, they've had nothing to try and force these engagements, but finally they do. That Molotov's going to go in And clears out quad now. These other two players are close, and the flashbang is stellar. Vinny trying to re-peek on the back of it, but he gets shut down. It falls to Henny with 4 points of health at Banana. Nade not able to find it, but Daps is on the defuse, and it's 9 on the board for Gen.G at the end of this first half. This grand final series is set to culminate here in just a moment, so stick around because you do not want to miss it.
We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under peach yellow skies, we keep on searching, but we will never know what we're after. Baby, leave it all for the faded hearts. I don't mind if they call us crazy, cause they don't understand what we're after. We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under peach yellow skies, we keep on searching, but we will never know what we're after. I'm running out of time, and as long as you're mine, I wanna run away. We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under peach yellow skies, we keep on searching, but we will never know what we're after.
And after a string of rounds from the Gen.G side, 7 to be exact, they finish out the half, and it makes it even more so competitive. Welcome back to the ESL One Road to Rio, where Gen.G find themselves up 9-6 currently over Furia. We switch over for the last half of play in this grand final. We've gone all 3 maps the full distance, if you will. A lot of energy being expelled around here from both sides. Gen.G and Furia want to pick up these RMR points. Now, it's important to note that even if they don't win, they are not out of running for qualifying for said major. Here we go. Dash up close and personal, making it uncomfortable here on a B fight, but it's Bintet with the kills, and that's going to force Vinny back into the site.
Yeah, Vinny's got a lot to answer for here in this round. It all rests on his shoulders, and how successful he is in this position, and he gets dealt with almost immediately. Keserato and Yuri left in this one, 2v4. The bomb plant now coming through a little bit later into the round, and that at least allows Furia to be here, knocking on the door of Gen.G. Yuri Out from Banana, K-Serato, good for one, but he is traded, and there's the repeat from Automatic. Gen.G, they lock in a pistol round. They reach double digits, 10-6 now, and maybe more on the horizon. Furia, are they going to decide to force buy into this one, or are they going to focus on getting these rifles out as fast as they can?
Gen.G, this is in the palm of their hand right now. Third map of the series, the momentum in their favor. 8 rounds in a row, if we count that first half as well, and a pistol to follow. Let's see if they can find the conversions. Furia is so good at these force buys. Deeg armor, some util, grenades down B, but Gen.G are moving past them and fast at that through the molly. Kusta's there, smoke down in spawn. Actually not going to come through as a grenade, rather trying to do damage. Furious smoke off the B entrance. You notice they have 4 smokes in their repertoire, looking to play the delay as they want to throw one of these in every time they think Gen.G are about to commit. Not too early, but also not too late, because Gen.G, they can find a timing where they pop. So Furia need to be very careful with how they throw these smokes. And you see Gen.G are looking for that contact play right now. They're going to beat the smoke. It goes down, but Kusa's already in. They're trying to play around this, and it does not go well. Finding that frag. It's a triple B setup for Furia inside of this site. And so Gen.G will go elsewhere.
Kusta go, brrr.
And at this point, right, if you're Gen.G, you know what the game plan is here for Fury. You saw those smokes go in, and so you know they were looking to go for this delay play. A nice Deeg shot from Yuri, but is it going to be enough to hold on to this A-bomb site? He will get dealt with. It's a 2-on-2, narrowly so. As the kills go left and right, Vinny trying to push up through this long smoke, has wrapped past the players in the site. But Daps has his teammates back, and he just might have a handle on this round. Art left in it in a 1v2. Bomb plant now getting punched in by Buntet, and Daps holds his own down in the pit. It got a bit dicey in the beginning, but Gen.G are able to weather that storm. They pick up the pace. They realize, right, once they see those smokes falling at B, they know that it's that attempt at the smoke delay play. So from that point onwards, they move very, very quickly. They don't give any time for Furia to get usage out of these smokes that they'd invested in.
And it's important Gen.G move fast in that round because Furia had such a quick flank, right? Obviously, they knew after Kusta died that Gen.G had bailed because no one followed. So Furia actually ran down Banana to hunt them. Gen.G beat them to the punch, though. They get the plant, and it will be another round on the board. 11-6, a full eco now. Art's got that hero M4 as he often has in these rounds. I think that the AWP closer on Vertigo really has motivated Art to just buy up whenever his team are on eco. And the value is that K-Serato's now got a gun. He's got no armor, of course, but he's got a weapon. And they're going to double boost at the back of B. This is a great headshot angle for K-Serato. And considering he doesn't have armor, this is a really good call.
It's about the best you can hope for out of the situation, considering they also already find themselves very low. K-Serato on 45 HP. So put the armor aside. He's already very low. He's going to hold on to them 4, and that's going to be just enough to keep Gen.G from barreling into the site itself.
He's a bullet away from death, and that's not just the health, it's also the angle. The only place they can see is his face, and now let's see if he can face these T's as they run into the site. K-Serato ready to peek off the back of Sound, and he's got a couple mowing them down off this M4. Bomb has been dropped. There's plenty of time for Gen.G, but they need to rig K-Serato off the back of this site. They know there are 2, and Automatic deals with them both. A third man behind the coffin smoke. The plant is required here. That smoke comes down, but the coffin's one fades, and now cover needs to be found. Kusta needs to make sure Automatic isn't peaked while planting.
Oh, boy.
Oh, and that's exactly what happens. He's peaked while planting.
Oh, my goodness.
Dear, oh dear. They did run through the CT smoke, but that's got to be something you're going to be aware of, right? That's the only way you can lose the round, pretty much, if you're Gen.G, if that happens. And, well, that happens. Great mode out for K-Serato, though. That is the key. He does so much damage off of that boost.
Yeah, that's wild, and that just might be enough to save the day for Furia and give them a lifeline in this series, yeah.
I'm going to butt in quickly because remember, that was a full eco from Furia with 1 rifle. Again, they win that round. Like, the amount of conversions that they get off the back of a hero gun with 4 USPs, armorless, is insane. Art closes Vertigo with an AWP, and then, you know, even though he dies immediately in that round, that 1M4 wins Furia the round. It's excellent.
Yeah, Gen.G have tried to go in with an investment of their own, right? Trying to best Furia at their own game. But that's a hard task. Automatic looking to get stuck in. Spots K-Serato. Flashes go over. Oh, K-Serato dinked the second time around, so he's not going to go back to that anytime soon. Bomber's rotated down towards the bottom of T-Ramp. That's currently on the back of Daps. And while Automatic is firing these shots off, Kusta is trying to gain a foothold over in the apartments. Now, Furia, looking like they've already read this well, they start to rotate Art away from B to play this speedway position. He can keep an eye on a long wrap from there, and he's also available to help at the A-bomb site that much faster if needed. Gen.G not being very discreet in their movements, and so Art has left Speedway, rejoining his teammates over inside of the site. A missed shot from Henny, and Yuri hidden in this pit smoke. Here's a mop-up. Kusta trying to do what he can, but ultimately it's not going to be enough. Furia, 8 on the board. They break apart that attempted buy from Gen.G and are now set up to make this game even closer as the money has run out for the Gen.G side.
Oh dear, that's where things can get really scary here for Gen.G. And it's all off the back of an eco win, right? Obviously, Gen.G still found the second round of the half when Furia forced with Deagle armor, but it's the eco that's the problem, and that puts Gen.G on eco a round earlier than maybe it would have otherwise. So flashbang for Automatic, that's all they've got. And imagine a quick round as well. Yuri's going to nade second. Oh, that's a fantastic grenade. Good damage on these armorless players. That's actually going to stall Gen.G out as well as their Molotov. Look at the stack right now. 4 on A. Vinny's got full control over Banana. He's seen nothing all round long, so no reason to not stack A right now. Yuri spotting one in the apartments. Gen.G are going to burst through this mid-smoke.
Oh, and these Glocks could get deadly, but luckily enough, Art, also armed with only a pistol, is holding down the short side, because why not? Why isn't that what Art's doing? Oh, through the smoke, Vinny deletes Automatic and even follows up. Buntek gets removed shortly thereafter. 9 on the board for Furia, still clawing their way back into this game yet. Gen.G, they've got another investment. They have themselves a chance. This round could be quite the turning point in this matchup because it kind of decides whether or not this streak from Furia is maintained or if Gen.G can get a handle back on the economy and back on this game as a result. With a couple of players falling in that round, the reinvestments have come in. You would still have 3 players that are fine for Furia. But it just decides whether or not it's going to feel like a real grind for Gen.G if they want to keep this lead up, or if they can pave a bit of an easier path. The flashes are good over towards Banana, but Keserato is even better. Deals with Som on that peak, and now that Furia have a man advantage, the pressure is off. They can just fall back and hold this passive lie inside of the bomb site.
God, there's nothing worse than getting pop flashed at the top of B. You know, you don't know if you're going to get pushed or not. Bentet spams out of fear. Oh, block smoke there. It will still land on the front of the site as intended, but it actually puts out the Molotov thrown from spawn by Vinny. It's a weird one. It lets, of course, Gen.G walk up close and even boost on top of blue if they want, but CT is open right now, yet to be smoked. They're going to battle towards it. Vinny is scoped in a nice angle, but here comes the util. Smoke will be late, but they've already crossed to the pool, and Automatic has taken down Art. Keserato won't hold on much longer either, and Vinny, he's trying to stop the plant, but it's behind the blue box. He can't get a kill. Might have to be a save for Furia if a kill doesn't present itself to them. And it won't. Ooh. Ooh! Daps! The floor is lava right now, but even so, maybe it's better to burn. Luckily, won't be a kill back in for the round for Furia, and Gen.G are going to convert the post plant. Their first T-side round since the streak that Furia have gone on of 3. And only 4 more to find for the Gen.G esports side.
Yep, Gen.G needed that one. Kind of stopped the equalization that was Furia running it back on him on that CT side. Make sure you don't tune out as soon as the game ends. We will have the opportunity to talk to a player from the winning team, as well as a special little video treat for you there at the very end of the day. Anywho, tactical timeout. Last one for Furia. That's a 0 out of 4. That means 4 timeouts have been used total. And now the nitty-gritty begins. Starting to get to those rounds where for Furia, you just don't have too many more to work with, but they have shown that they can put CT rounds on the board.
Yeah, but this is why, we were just saying that round there was so important, and now you see the full scope as to why, right? Like, even with those 3 players surviving, when those reinvestments comes through, it completely bottoms out the bank accounts for Furia. And so this round is the one where, they either get broken and 13 goes in favor of Gen.G, and suddenly if you're Furia, this game, this grand final, runs the risk of just slipping through your fingers on the back of having no money. And on top of that, it might even force Furia to have to be a bit more conservative, right? Like, because suddenly you can't be attempting these 3-on-3 retakes or 3-on-4 retakes when your money is hanging in the balance. Ooh. A fast play from Gen.G, maybe not the order of the day, as Yuri rises to the occasion. My word, Daps will come in with a trade, but it's a huge 3-for-1 down here towards short side. Henny looking every which way, and that's going to lead to him getting dealt with somehow. This round has just been so fast, so hectic, so back and forth. We're into a 2-on-2. You thought Yuri had done enough, but now it hangs in the balance with Art and Keserato to try and keep Furia in this one. They're grouped up over towards short side. Art rings in with the AWP. They know he's here. That Molotov is going to slow this down, and they tried to smoke it. It's gone too deep. It didn't put the Molotov out, and that is the decision to save for Furia. They back out. They give this round up. 13 on the board for Gen.G, and nothing for Furia to really build off of. At least with holding these 2 rifles forward, a bit more money on Henny. There's a chance at a buy, but I don't even know if you'd want to take it. Like, with how Furia have been playing and the scoreline we're at, I could totally see them going for it, right?
Yeah.
But it's like, if you go for that and you take that gamble and you take the buy here and now in round 23, it's not going to be available to you if you don't pick it up. And so
this is a nice middle ground, though. Some pistols, some utility, still enough to stall out the round and give time for these rifles to rotate. That's the aim, right? You want the guns to be the ones winning this round for Furia. I mean, the pistols, if they can do it, sure, but you're not going to be leaning on that. Art getting aggressive, going full nifty here. Pushing into ult, but this has been hard. Kusa knows there's a scope in this position. There's no way he should or would move into this angle.
You don't even want to shoulder that. It's just a little too risky.
Oh,
or you could just do that and own Art right
later
in his place. Vinny's going to try to recover it. He's going to see that. Kusa gets a visual on that recovery. Now Vinny just needs to back away. He drops a Molotov there towards the boiler room. But Kusta has it pressed up all the way. Meanwhile, on the B site is the hit and the bomb. 2-on-3 in the B site.
Kusa's died on A meanwhile, so it's all down to this play. That last player on A can rotate round if needed. Gen.G fighting tooth and nail. They've lost the bomb. They've got a kill, but there's still one more man at the back of the site. Yuri has not been cleared up. He's got 2 to his name, 22 in the game. How many more? He's climbed above. Oh, no one's looking. He's got the info on Dabs. He sees him in the pit, but he doesn't want to fire. Player below him, and Yuri, a missed shot. He's gonna get one, but he gets traded. That could have been the round there for Furia on this eco, but now it's Dabs on his own. A one-on-one. Vinny with the AWP. No kit, no util, no armor. Daps is waiting.
Yeah, and of all the most inopportune places for the bomb to have gone down, Daps now just holding his ground. Vinny wants to test the water, and Daps with the shot on the AK. Thinking his lucky stars, that one goes his way. Of course, you can't really expect that player to be standing there. So, unfortunate turn of events. Furia, though, need to begin to bounce back. This is getting tighter and tighter and tighter.
Yeah, Yuri, I mean, he almost won that entire round off of the info that he got, right? He sees Dabs, he takes a shot below, he wanted to flick back, but he missed that one tap and had to go back for the spray. Dear, oh dear. Great round from Gen.G, though, always coming out on top despite these really, really, close positions that Furia keep putting us into. Even when they have pistols and 2 guns, they always make it competitive. Oh no, damage done up B. Vinny's down to 14. Vintet's looking to finish the job, but it's Art on the repeak, and so that damage goes nowhere. Down to 60, not a worry. Furia get all the kills, and they leave the B bomb site. They are gambling with the game, with the grand final. Gen.G are clearing out Banana. Furia telling them, go ahead. We think it's going to be A. And they may have thought wrong.
And I can guarantee you Bentet did not realize that second player was going to switch out. So the call gets made that, hey, I've heard a guy here. He looks to spray down the guy at the car, formerly known as car at the top of Banana, and it's just a totally different dude.
Oh, they're about to peek mid. Furia about to have all the info in this entire round. The short smoke went down for Gen.G and it was a fake. And so Furia have read this. Not only can they flank, but they can go back standard through CT to the site. And they're beating Gen.G to B right now. This flank is going to be so quick. Gen.G are going to plant and they're instantly going to get shot in the back.
No one's even considering it either for Gen.G. No one is holding on to this wrap from Arc. And that leads to Automatic's demise. That bomb is even dropped down in pool. Automatic was the man with it. This round might just fall apart now for Gen.G.
Chill.
3 players at Banana, grouped up for Furia. The bomb down in their sights. No smokes, just these flashes for Gen.G to try and save this round on the back of. And it's the fact that they just don't know the numbers that surely is going to cause the problems. Kusta in a 1v1, but this is a very winnable 1v1. Somehow, some way, the bomb has been retrieved. Very little time on the clock.
He's got to stick it. He doesn't have a choice.
He actually gets the bomb down. Vinny tried to play with the timings, and now he's left himself in the 1v1. Kusta's given time to reposition. And Vinny, he's got to land the instant shot, or else this round will elude Furia. Kusta holds the line, and Gen.G match and series point at 15-9. No money for Furia. Gen.G might be about to walk away with this one under their belt.
Oh, that's so sad for Furia. They definitely overplay their hand once they get that bomb down. They really try and fight for it. That's a nice try in the clutch to give up the plant to play for the retake, but Kusta, the experience shines through. He plays that round perfectly to the second with the bomb plant and even flashing to cover it as well, so Furia couldn't catch him while going for it. Gen.G, one more. That's all they need, and Furia have a low economy. Not that like that's ever stopped them before, though. We've seen Furia do more with less, so never count them out of a round. Right now, though, Gen.G are in full control. Vinny has found a kill right down Banana. That was spamming through the wood of the car into Bentet. Been getting a bit beaten up towards the B side of things has Bentet. Art's going to get grenaded. Furia still hold this advantage, but they don't hold the weapon. Banana's been conceded, and Yuri's going to get aggressive. He dropped a bomb in. Oh, trade attempted. Kusta with a whiff spray does finish off the job, and he can go back for that bomb as well. Gen.G, if they group B right now, that's a recipe for disaster for Furia. The one smoke is here on Vinny, but just the one man.
Look at him not immediately dropping it. Really is playing with fire. But there's the smoke. Vinny dropping a flash out in front of him. A little bit of a panic spray there. Does a considerable amount of damage on Kusta. Brings him down to 12. And that might just be enough for Gen.G to reconsider.
Yeah, they're still toying with this idea. They're still playing with it. Now, this double stack at B is afforded for this entire round, and that is thanks to Henny with this very advanced position down through mid. And so even as Gen.G head back, they send Automatic into this B bomb site looking for kills, looking to try and gain a foothold, but that's not where this bomb looked like it was going to end up. However, with Automatic delivering that kill, suddenly it comes back to Banana, back to B. All the pressure's on Keserato, and he offers up the first, but the trade is in for Kusta. Henny, it looked like his position was going to seal the deal in this round, and now it does fall to him, but in a 1v2 retake of this B bomb site, he does have HP, he does have a nade, a Molotov retrieved as well. Kusta sneaks through that smoke and gets into CT. Henny, this is going to be a very hard retake. This crossfire between Automatic and Kusta might be enough. Creeping on in, Henny looking for these openers, and that nade might deal with one of these players. A bit of damage onto Automatic. He swings, but Henny offered up the kill, not ready for the CT man. Kusta solidifies it. It's 16 on the board for Gen.G, and they take this grand final over Furia. They get the job done. They weather the storm, and they best the Brazilians here in a tense 3-map series. They win out the road to Rio NA Division.